Today on GamerCast Radio, we're talking next-gen game prices. Check it out. Hello, fellow gamers. You are listening to GamerCast Radio on Spreaker. I'm your host, Danny Catanese. It's July 31st on a Wednesday, and today we're talking next-gen gaming prices and what they mean for you and your kids. So basically, what all the hubbub is about is it is said that EA will be charging $80 for a single video game. And I'm probably after tax, I'm not sure, before tax, it's $80. So before we just rush in and get all pissed off and start fucking vetoing EA, I think we all need to chill out, relax, and take this into perspective. And I'm going to tell you exactly why right now. And if you live in other countries, you know that video games aren't $60. Especially, over in Europe, they're a little bit more expensive. And in England, they're going for $80, $85. And, compared to us and our money, I think it's like 55 if they're like quid or whatever. And then it would be, $80 compared to us. So we are doing pretty good right now, And in Australia, if you go onto YouTube, you can see this. I mean, I'm not lying. People are paying $120, $100 for a game. I mean, Call of Duty 2 Black Ops is like $90 still, like in a GameStop over there in Australia, because they have to import everything to the island, so it's hard. They don't make video games in fucking Australia, so they make Uggs and Fosters, and that's about it. I mean, so $120 for a game and, $80. But, again, it is not confirmed, and I think that Sony actually went out and said, listen, these games are going to be $60. They're going to be around $60, so, relax, it's okay. But they never said what developers were going to charge $80 or if they're going to charge $60, and this is mostly aimed towards EA, not to anybody else, just EA. And I know I've went to GameStop and, I've seen the pre-order prices, and, for games like Watch Dogs and games like, Call of Duty Ghosts and stuff like that, it says $60. I'm not 100% sure what like Madden 25 the price is, or like FIFA 14, but basically it was saying EA is going to charge $80. That's like Battlefield 4, like I said, your Madden 25, your FIFA 14, your NBA Live or whatever they're going to call it now, $80. And I still don't think $60 is appropriate for the games they're putting out right now, because these are the same games they're putting out every year, that they slightly change or tweak the menu or the music, and they're charging you $60, and I'm not a big fan of that. I think that they should come out with one game, and they do an update expansion patch once a year, and you pay like $30 or $20 to update your game, but it's still using the same engine. That would be my perfect world that I would live in. That would be awesome, if they just kind of expanded the game and only came out with a new game every 2 years, instead of coming out with the same game every year and you're charging us $60, that's going a little too far, but people still buy it, But the thing is, if you're old like me, you'll remember that in the PlayStation 2 days, the Xbox, original Xbox days, the games were $40. Okay, and I remember when I pre-ordered my Xbox 360, and I went there, and it was launch day, and I had, my money ready, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a game. And I went in there, and I went to buy the 360, and, I got the system, and I'm looking at the games, and I'm like, what the hell? The games were $60. And that was the jump. The jump, if you can remember, the jump from original Xbox to 360, the games were around $40, $50. Okay? And then they became $60, because I clearly remember going into GameStop to pick my 360 up, and I know you're going to hold this. I bought Madden. Okay, I'm not sure if it was like Madden like 02 or some shit, but I bought Madden and it was $60, and I was like, absurd. And you brought it home, it was like the worst Madden game, and it was horrible, And a lot of launch titles are, but even though these launch titles look amazing, Watch Dogs looks amazing if they can get it, to work the right way, and you can use your tablets and your smartphones, and you can bring the gamer in, and that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Because the graphics look incredible. And the thing is, a lot of people are, want to get the new gen because the next gen because they want that graphic, upgrade, And the thing is that they've been stressing, and I've heard a lot of people say this, the jump in graphics is not going to be as great as the graphical jump from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. If you can understand that, the graphics aren't going to be that significant of a jump like they were with the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3. But that's what they're saying. That's the word on the street, kids, is that it's not going to be that huge jump we saw in the last generation. But that's okay because you're getting a lot more out of these systems too. You're getting the streaming, like I said before in my other podcast. You're getting, the ability to record and share it with your friends. You're getting a more complete gamer package. These are awesome things that we're getting. And I've been wanting these things for a very, very long time, and now we're finally getting them. But back to the pricing. Like I said, they did jump from the original Xbox to 360. They jumped prices, and that was from EA, and that was from everybody. And the one thing you have to look out for is if EA does do this, and if EA does charge $80 for a game, okay, everybody is going to start charging $80 for a game. Think about that, okay? And you're talking about EA Sports games that are like basically the same game year in and year out. Okay, they barely make any changes, like I said before. Just maybe some graphical changes, like, animations, maybe a little bit, but they're still basically the same engine, the same game, different menus and such, and you're charging $60 each time, and people are buying it happily, well, some people not as happily, because I'm not so happy about it, but I love FIFA, okay, I love soccer, I love FIFA, I played PES, I think it's cool. The thing that gets me is there's no licensing. There's these made-up teams, like the graphics are okay, they're okay. They're not as good as FIFA graphics and stuff like that. But I don't have another choice. When it came to basketball, you had NBA Live, you had NBA 2K, and NBA 2K was clearly a better game, and it destroyed NBA Live, and they had to postpone it for 2-3 years, and they're finally coming back out with it. Okay. I want that competition. I want that kind of friendly. I want that choice. I want the choice if I want to buy a soccer game. It's not the only soccer game out there. I mean, yes, there is PES, but like I said, it's very limited. There's no kits. It's not the same. And I feel that FIFA could be an awesome game if they just gave it a little bit more time. And I'm sure Madden people feel the same way, or an NHL people. And it doesn't feel like the company really cares and just keep pumping it out every year. And like I said, if they do that, okay, and charge $80 for that minimum game, these other developers that are making much better games, they're going to charge $80 too. And if they start that $80 tsunami, there's no stopping it. It's gonna happen. And I think that's something we all have to be aware of. And I think it's something we all have to know is that this could happen. It's not that bad of a thing if it does happen, because it's happened with the last generation before that they upcharged. And dude, if you live anywhere outside the U.S., you know that games are expensive. We are lucky. We are lucky that we live in the U.S. We're lucky that we pay $60 for a game, not opposed to $100 for a game, which is crazy. So yeah, EA Sports, EA as a whole, please don't charge $80 and start everybody charging $80 for a game, because that is going to just be ludicrous, and that's a lot of money. And you're talking about almost 1/4 of what I paid for the system. I mean, it's $80 opposed to $400 because I'm getting a PS4, but still, I mean, it's almost like a quarter of the freaking system just for one game. So I mean, you have to keep that in perspective, and not a lot of people are going to be able to afford that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and hopefully this is a fluke, or it was misread or misinformation, or maybe that was for a Europe publication, and it didn't apply to the U.S. and all the prices are going to stay the same and everything's going to be great. That would be awesome. So, like I said, next gen prices. Who knows? Who really knows? It's a speculation. It could go to 80. It could happen. I don't really see that happening. So I'm going to say no, they're not going to do that. They're not going to charge $80. But that's just me. That's just me, and I'm going to say no, they are not going to do that. But don't get mad at me if they do that. Just, this is a heads up. This is hey, you could get hit in the head with this baseball. Just look out. So, yeah, thanks again for listening to GamerCast Radio. I'm Danny Catanese. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to come back every day and check for new podcasts. I'll see you next time.